Alright, my name is Steve Blake and I'm going to show you my invention for brewing purposes. What I've got here is a rotating Reflectix lid for mash tun and brew kettle. My brewing system is very modular. I don't have a fixed stand. I put everything away when I'm done, kind of shove it under a stairway, and so everything has to kind of come apart. As a result of that, I don't use fixed heating elements or anything like that, and they kind of just, I have a lot of stuff protruding from my brew kettle and my mash tun during the course of a day. And so, well, what have I done? I've got a lid that actually rotates open or closed. So, for example, if we're going to pretend this is my mash tun, it's actually my boil kettle, but let's pretend. So I've got my mash pedal just coming out of it here. So I'd have that in the mash tun. I'm doughed in and at saccharification temperatures and everything, and I'm doing this with one hand. I'd usually use two. But so you see, I rotate that closed, and you've got a nice good seal without having to take everything in and out whenever you want to kind of just pop the lid off or pop it back on. And so you hold your mash temperature a bit better there with that lid. Using a glass lid or a metal lid, I couldn't do this, but this solution really works well for me. Or if we pretend that we're now starting a boil, so we'll take that out and we'll add, I use these electric heating elements. Again, it's a modular system, so I don't have the fixed heating elements. I just move them around. So let's say I've got my boil kettle filled, and now I'm ready to start bringing up, to a good rolling boil. Well, that could take a little while if I'm losing heat through the top. And so what I'm going to do is just really close that off nice and tight. And so you see I've rotated that lid. The elements are there, they're doing their job, and you got a nice lid here holding the temp for you. To show you a little bit more about it, it is just made from two double layers of Reflectix. Reflectix is a construction insulation material you can pick up at Home Depot, about 25 bucks for the roll. This was just the scrap I had from insulating my my mash tun, which you don't see in the video here, but so you'll see I cut two circles, and then I just kind of cut this shape out of each of them. Each one is a double layer with foil tape, so there's not just two layers here, there are actually four. And so you'll see they're just kind of closed up with foil tape and fixed on this little bolt here. And this bolt I just had laying around. And you'll see this little plastic washer here is good to help the rotation from not kind of ripping through this somewhat flimsy Reflectix material and stripping through over time. That's again something I just had lying around. You could use a metal washer or something like that. But yeah, this thing really works well for me. I've brewed maybe 20 times with it. It does kind of bleach out or kind of bubble up the Reflectix material that's in contact with the steam, but overall it's held up well. Foil tape, Reflectix, maybe this was all just from scrap. So the only thing I really had to buy was the foil tape in addition. So again, my name is Steve Blake, and thanks for watching my video about the rotating mash tun and boil kettle lid.